Okay. Mm-mm. Phoenix Wright. Part 3. Okay. Make sure everything connects correctly. Looks good. And edit this. Put in a thumbnail. Save. We on Twitch, we on YouTube. And let me make sure it's working. Okay. Chat's up and we're good to go. Okay, we are episode 3, the samurai episode. I forget what it's actually called. Samurai episode, and we're on day 3, trial day. We just figured out a lot of information. We're defending Will Powers. Mr. Wright? Why do you look so unhappy? Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? She looks even unhappier. Your client is now practically a dead man walking. I don't know about that. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. Because you're dead, Mia. No time for dead people jokes, please. We are gonna do the best that we can in this trial. He is truly innocent. We will be able to find something. You should never go to trial if you do not think that you have an argument. This is ridiculous. You're not gonna uncover anything new in cross-examination. This isn't going to be easy. Courtroom number 4. Facing our common foe, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. An unexpected fate has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today I would like to show evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. This guy. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai noob. Ruffle. Yeah, alright. Salmonella. I'm a director. Television. Thank you. Yes, I was. Very well, please testify. Oh, I will, Mia. I will. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Alright, witness testimony. This should be interesting. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. Alright, sure. I don't buy it. Oh, right, the time was 2:30. According to testimony, he was in meeting the whole time. Let's see if that's true. I gotta look at my evidence again because last time I played this was a couple of days ago. So let's see, what do we got here? We got the autopsy report, 2:30 p.m. Dragging a leg, right, at 2 p.m. The guide map, I remember. Murder weapon was broken in half. Sleeping pills, that hasn't come into anything yet, so we'll see what happens with that. This blocked the path, 2:15 and 4. And then this contains the photo, every victory scene. Okay, so that probably contains the murder picture. So I want to look at it, but we can't see. Let's see what he has to say. I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Okay, sure. Still, FWIW? I don't know what that stands for. I was pretty busy all that day. Tell us more about that. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run through. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. The security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. Anyone else? Nope, just us 4. Okay. Took a lot more time than I thought it would. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Yep. Which of course led to me missing my lunch, Roths. Rolling on the floor, starving. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak. The assistant cooked some up. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer. Okay. So in the end, you didn't get to eat. No steak, at least. Can you believe it? That must have been tough. The little bag. He said steak at least. So you ate something other than steak. Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket, which I used to stave off starvation. I see. We were in the meeting until around 4. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it? Sure. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting. Pretty sure no one left their chairs? No breaks? Yeah, not a one. Sweats. If only I had an idea. Okay, sure. If his alibi holds, Powers is finished. Press him as hard as you can to find out where he's lying. I was at the studios from... what? I figured... okay. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. Took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch. Let's see if we can press harder about this steak thing. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it. It was this. So in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yep, no steak at least. Alright. It's contradictory. Mr. Manila, what do you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? You can't just pose evidence. You need to, like, a picture of it or something. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it, but I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. Why didn't you just tell me? So when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during the meeting. Oh, really? I wolfed it down then. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. Okay. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. Didn't take a single break? Not a one. Press harder. Gotta. Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oops, Raffle. Well? Mr. Manila, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Oh, thanks, Mia. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. You're right. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Alright. Yeah. Uh-oh. Edgeworth's got a plan. Yeah. I still don't know what FWIW means. We took a break, Raffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, LOL. That's only just enough time to eat his T-bone steak, if you ask me. Alright. I don't even think it would be enough time for that, but that's just me. You sure? I mean, you already fucking lied. We took a break, Raffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13. Just tell me about it. What time exactly did you take this break? At 2:30 was the time of death, man. 2:30? So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on that table? Oh, right. The other one was D. Vasquez's plate. The producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes, that's quite a feat. Not enough time for... Okay. Why is that? Objection! Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning, Your Honor? The testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting that one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright? I've thought about it. I claim it and I claim it loud. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility. I don't know about that. I mean, sure, but they would have had to go to the trailer, get the costume, walk past the camera. You know, that seems like a lot of time. Of course I've got to just say that. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. The court record? Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4, the path between the studios was blocked. Yes, I did know that. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. Somehow I feel no desire to correct him. Yeah, of course. No counter. I lose. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. Oh, boy. No, bring him back. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. If you look at the costume, it is clearly too big for the person who's walking in it. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. It's gonna be the child. Order! I see. Court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. Alright, I guess we were wrong to press. What do we do now, man? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before. Not while there was still a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everybody in the courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix, this one's for the kids. Let's do it. Yeah, sure. Sure, for the kids. All right. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Hey, this is our buddy. Oh yeah. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on? One of those donut crates should do. Oh, beautiful. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness? What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you are speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Yeah, you bitch. You meanie. Witness, Cody. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident? You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. Okay. What? My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it along. I'd like special permission if that's possible. You had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. He definitely had the camera on the day of the murder. Okay, let's take it. Why don't we just examine what's on the camera right now? Alright, let's hear Cody's testimony. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that the old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell ya. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. He's tougher than all of the others in episode 2. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. Let's see. Really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I did. I've taped every show, and I go to all the live performances. That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path. Hey, tell me about that. Off the path? Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? You go off the path a little bit, there's woods, and that's where I was. I see. Anyhow, I was going for the studio. Kinda got lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. What were you doing? Got lost in the woods? Yeah. I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? Okay. There was the Steel Samurai. Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. Okay. Came out the bad guy. Who's the bad guy? What sort of bad guy was it? A guy, a person, kinda tall, skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know. He was kinda far away. Awfully vague. Of course the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! What happened to the bad guy? Huh? Well, he kinda didn't move. Not a bit. Like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was. What camera? If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. I guess seeing the killing really freaked him out and he went home. Remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm. Okay. Gotta present something, it seems. Is he in this photo? Okay. Found a map on the internet. Let's see something about the map. Is that the first time you'd been to the studio? Been a couple times, never managed to get there on a rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling. Right, please continue. Chill, Pops, I'm getting to it. Get fucked, Edward. Path, I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost in the way for about 30 minutes. What is the Steel Samurai? I totally rocked right before my eyes. Came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai. I took him down. If I had my camera with me, it would have been time for the shot, I tell ya. Let's do the scrapbook. Objection! Oh? I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Oh. I didn't want to fault him, I just wanted to pose a question to him. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? A digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. I forget that this game was made in what, like 2001? Let's see. First game, when was it made? 2001. Yeah, digital cameras make sense that it just came out around then. Funny. Alright, how do I explain that? I see. Anyway, he got no explanation. I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Objection! Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. Not terrorizing him. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. Damn, Phoenix, I mean, you're right, but just chill, just chill out. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? He's standing on the box. So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify the court about what you were so busy watching. Alright, a new line of questioning. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stops moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Alright. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Bum, 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 bum. So why didn't you use it? He's getting to that. Relax and listen. Alright. But I was glued to the action, I couldn't take my eyes off it. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away not even once? No. Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. When? So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see, and what happened next? Alright. Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, a samurai chop, samurai slap, something like that. He is being vague. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. Press him a little harder. Cody? What? Something's bothering me. Before that you said you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the most important part. Objection! What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. Objection! You know as well as I do that he's being vague, Edgeworth. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap. My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. You explain how he might have missed something so vital. That's the thing. I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of this fight? Show evidence. Still learning how to use it? He was watching something else. He couldn't watch it. Because he was still learning how to use it, maybe? Your Honor, I have evidence. Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from this fight? Take that! Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. Ah! Correct! Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye! What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Thanks, Mia. Appreciate your commentary. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet, so you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Correct. Thank you. Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Jeez, Mia, you're fucking ruthless. What else is this kid gonna tell me? Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify one more time. This is ridiculous, this re-testimony thing in this game. You don't get do-overs, you get one shot. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world. He's in 2nd grade, Phoenix. Chill out for a little bit. The fact that this kid is even testifying is ridiculous. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. Alright. Sure. What? Don't say I'm not sure. Just say yes. I want to cross-examine. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So you did see the beginning of the fight. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely. So I held up my camera to take a picture. Okay, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened. Yep. I don't agree. That's all? Yeah. I told you, I didn't take a picture. Did he really not take a picture? Not even once? Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. Cody, listen up, Cody Hawkins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hawkins. It's one of my powers. He's beating up on a child. Yeah, I took a picture. 4th time. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? Becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Okay, there's gotta be something here. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. I doubt it, your scrapbook. You take a picture of every victory. Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got 'em all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. So clearly... Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? This is the most ridiculous. We're just catching a kid in lies. He's a fucking kid. There's a reason why you don't make kids testify. Because it's ridiculous, because of course they're going to make things up and whatever, they're being put under pressure, they don't like it. Kids are never credible witnesses. Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hawkins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle that the Steel Samurai has won. Don't you? He's a child. He's a child. He's exaggerating about his proud scrapbook. Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? The Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary. I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. This is stupid. No, wait, no way. I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually... Yes, I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. What, did the kid murder? What? Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? Steel Samurai. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. Not the reason that he's just a child and exaggerating, but because his beloved hero didn't win. Steel Samurai did not win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Oh, crying. Boss battle. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down, then he didn't move. Okay. Order. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet, according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the only one who fell. Mr. Wright. Come on, Judge, you gotta have a little more authority in your courtroom. Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Hammer was the victim. Steel Samurai was the victim? There was no victim? That doesn't make sense. Steel Samurai was the victim. Hammer. Well, we know Hammer was the victim. We'll go with Steel Samurai. If only you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. I see. Who's in the suit? Order. So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning, thus he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at that guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room, then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange, so it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What? Show us quick! No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that. Now! Here, this is it. The big evidence. What? Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry this doesn't look like the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. Pardon? What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please? Show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. The duct tape? Studio 2. Take that! Studio 2. I see, a gate? Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? Yes, well, it looks hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. That's impossible. What's this all about? Please explain so I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. Studio 2. Here at Studio 2. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. Well, yeah, the trailer is there. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Sal Manella and Miss Dee Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to the studio before that time. Remember Mr. Sal Manella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. Ooh, pretty crazy. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. So it's either Salmonella, or the woman, or the higher-ups. Defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. person that the security guard, Miss Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. Objection! This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim. Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume. I have proof, the sleeping pills. You do? I think I'm right though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. I mean, it's not really proof, but we'll give it a shot. This is it, an empty medicine bottle. I found this at on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Powers and Mr. Hammer ate. The label reads sleeping pills. The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer because he was going to play the Steel Samurai. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle, or examine Hammer's body? What would test out? Is it possible to do this? This doesn't tell us enough. This doesn't tell us. Run a test of Powers' blood. You should find traces of the sleeping spell. This much time after the day of the murder? Even if there were traces, it still proves nothing. No blood test. Well, I guess you're right. Your Honor, I have an idea. I guess this is the only way then. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Okay. This court will suspend the proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? And who killed him and why? So, fucking the entire case. Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth, you will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. Phew. That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Damn, don't tell your client this. Phoenix? Jeez. Oh, of course we're kidding. Are you sure? Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Thanks. No problem. Alright, there's trial. We crushed it in there. crushed it in trial, and now we're gonna have to do an investigation. Okay. I will be right back. I'm just going to get a drink. Yeah. Alright. Okay. We'll save it over here. Get rid of that. Just gonna eat this first before I start recording. Got my bubbly. Bubblies are great. As soon as you can turn yourself away from soda and onto bubblies, the healthier you'll be. Definitely not as good as a Pepsi or anything, but gotta do what you gotta do. I forgot to record that, so now I'll have to download the live stream, unfortunately. But oh well. Just made a little bit more work for myself. Alright. So we got one more day of investigating, one more day of trial, probably. That's how that's gonna work. Alright. Day 3 investigation of episode 3. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. We're back to Maya. So what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's move to... maybe let's chat with Will Powers. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow. Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's really not anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Thanks, guys. Please, this is no laughing matter. Talk to me about Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? Then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. Motive? Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's very well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios now for 5 years. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and... nothing. Forget it. Ah, you fucking bitch. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Tell me the fuck more, man. You're my client. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name is Salmonella. Especially when you eat chicken. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. Was that a fat joke, Phoenix? Can't imagine him jumping. Alright. Nah, we'll just move to the main gate. Hey, old bag. How's it going? The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think our guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive. Talk to me. About Mr. Hammer. Arg! I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You dragged his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this. You listen to me, Whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would have never done such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Sure. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? He's soft, a pushover, does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Why would anyone be like treated dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't. You got a secret to say, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Wondering about D. Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her, so she always gets her way. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Alright. See ya. We'll go here. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. You're right. I'll examine things later. I want to talk to everybody first. See who's over here. Oh, hello, Di Vasquez. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? Maya should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. What the fuck? Tell me about Mr. Hammer. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something. She's really ticking me off. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fade blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Yeah, sure. I don't think so. I think it was Mr. Manila. She told Mr. Manila to do it. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer by yourselves. Oh, she really got me there. I thought we were making some headway. Present. Do you got anything to present to her? What about the photo? Nothing left on the plates, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something about this just feels odd, you know. Okay. It's already covered in soot, so they must not clean it very much. The big 2 painted here, so that's the number in Cody's photograph. He hadn't brought the photograph in. We would have lost. A light van for moving staff and equipment around. Well, let's go for a drive. Alright, okay. Slide to the right. There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're good at taking care of these. Fence is dangerous. Trailer door, it's unlocked. Trailer looks like it's been here a while. I don't think this yet. Okay, let's just go into the trailer. Salmonella? Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Yeah, we can only examine here. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures on how much the set costs. I can't believe they spent that much money on these sets. This is where they had that meeting. There are documents and paper cups scattered around. The glass is frosted. I can't see the outside. Feel like winter is coming. An old movie poster, Dynamite Samurai. I guess Mr. Hammer used to be quite the star. Samurai Summer. Wow, it's been years since I saw that show. It was on one of those typical summer romance stories, but it was great. Typical summer romance? With a samurai on a horse? Psh, an old movie poster. What the hell do samurai sing about? Chopping off heads? Oh my god, that movie was the best. It's about a samurai who sings his way to fame and fortune. Alright. Trash can. Okay, nothing in here. Move outside Studio 2. We still got nothing to talk, present. Okay, hey, you, look. Okay, well, we can try to move here. Let's do some examining, maybe. Mascot of Global Studios. Okay. Bench. Same old jokes. Same old jokes. Camera. No, not switched on today. Yeah. Alright, Studio 1. Entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. I don't have that card key anymore, so I can't go in there today. Alright, sure. We'll move to the main gate. Then we'll move to the employee area. Let's find Mr. Salmonella. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come by and see them film later. I guess. This is where we found the sleeping pills. Wonder if there are any other clues lying around. Yarr! Gumshoe! No touching. Gumshoe, get the fuck out of the way, man. I'm figuring out this case better than you. Didn't mean to frighten you. Guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Sure. Plate. So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing a solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills. See? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. The food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Alright, so somebody ate it. The investigation, how goes it? It's a real mess. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How's Edgeworth doing? He's out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. The fury of Edgeworth. Crushing paper cups. The bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means, yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. Okay, back. let's move. Let's examine. See if these tell us anything. Probably not. T-bone steaks, yup. This bike, is it only there for that joke? No clues here. I'd just kick it off again, that poor assistant. Alright. It's not locked. Okay. Let's hope we get to talk to Salmonella in here. Oh, assistant. Oh, hello. Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but... This week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? Let's see. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could talk to you about Mr. Hammer. On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was too. Was that trailer part of the film set then? The accident 5 years ago? Yes, in Studio 2. That trailer there was part of the film set. What happened? Sorry. I don't think I can. They really don't want us to talk about it. Bitch. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Okay. Why aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? Studio bigwigs don't want Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand. How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? What about Cody? It's fine, I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. She's right. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Yeah, sure, but they'll find their new show. What do you want me to say? Yeah. Here, take a look at this. What? Oh. Take that! Take that! And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. Show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something about the thing that happened 5 years ago. What is it that Global Studios is so intent on hiding? Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Finally, jeez. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Ms. Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Miss Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Ms. Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know, who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. Ah, she was here at the studio back then, you know? Thanks, we'll try asking her. Alright. I don't think we're gonna learn anything. So let's just move and go talk to Miss Oldbag. What? You're still slinking around? You like the place so much, why don't you take over from me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to frown at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. Shut the fuck up, man. I'm trying to talk to her nicely. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols? 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 Nick? Penny Nichols? That assistant we talked to? Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? I don't think I have proof. Dragging one leg, the sleeping pills. I guess I could just say this, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole. I guess we'll try it. Here's my proof. What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof? Take that! Take that! Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate you use to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on that plate. I see. All calm again. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Jeez. Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. Alright. Sure. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Hold on a minute. Maya, would you shut the fuck up and let Miss Oldbag tell her story? Jeez. Here, take this. She just has the photo? Just on hand? Just always? Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Well, there's that bent piece of fence that we've been looking at. Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Nice. Big photo. Now we move to Miss Vasquez and we show her the photo. And say, this is what I've seen. Wait, let's first see if we can examine. Oh, okay. No, okay. Well, fine. No, I can't talk. We gotta present. Here. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, old bag. Old? Of course, who else would she mean? Right. Anyway, Ms. Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Oh, this lady's pissing me off. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Connections to the mafia? I don't know if I want to be barking up this tree. But sure, fine. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now, huh? Maya, just sit this one out, okay? Just take a seat. I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him, and to think it was just an accident. Excuse me, what is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell out everything for you? You haven't told me a single thing, lady. You just tell me about the wind and looking up at the sky, you're watching the clouds. Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? A murder. No, no way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you. I ran him hard, believe you me. Alright. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Oh, jeez. They shut up quick. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? Trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll just have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. At least that means she's not gonna kill us, right? Boys, erase away. No. Hold it right there. Yeah, I was gonna say Detective Gumshoes and at the scene. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Alright. Peace out, lady. Thanks, Gumshoe. Appreciate it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just that I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. That's the first time you got a chance? Pretty terrible detective then. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Okay. Looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Phoenix Wright sure is dramatic in his own head. Alright, there we go. That's day 3 in the books. Time for the final day trial. Let's go, final day trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. It claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand. Ms. D. Vasquez is a producer who is present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer number 2, or Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I am not here. Edgeworth is always getting pressed by the witnesses. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. I don't think she did it. But she's guilty in some way. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Sure. She's smoking in court? That's definitely not allowed. I entered the trial, a little bit before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Mr. Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. Nice. I just have one question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that, but the road was blocked. I thought it might be risky to walk, what, with that monkey's head toppling over? Okay, the van. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Let's do it. I entered the trailer, a little bit before noon. Oh, wait. Okay. I think we're just gonna press everything and see. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in at the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Yeah, fuck you, Edgeworth. There was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. What? Maybe you could try remembering? No. Meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Let me see. Between 2:15 and 4. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, right. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. It was a 15-minute break. Okay. In front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. That's evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Alright, let me see what I can do. Okay. The meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. A minute break, Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Is something that contradicts that? Tricky one. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break. So we went to Studio 1. Let me just present this and see. Oh, okay. Okay, alright. I don't have contradiction. Meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. Went into the trailer, a little before noon. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. So I ate T-bone steaks at the table in front of... Let me press again. By yourself? Yes. You didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that gave us nothing. Ended at 12 to 4. No one left. Yeah. She gets mad at him for slapping the table. So we went to Studio 1. They say probably between 4 and 5. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. He hits his desk too. It's a 15-minute break. Run up the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. During that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak if I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat. Proves she didn't eat. What the fuck? Okay, maybe we present this.
Objection!
Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. Okay, I don't know how this works, but look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Yeah, as is common with a T-bone. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. There was no T-bone steak. There were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Could have just thrown away the bone over the fence. Ms. Vasquez, tell me how a person can eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? You didn't eat this. You ate the bone too. That's such a funny option. You didn't eat any steak before that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere. Like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying yes, Your Honor? As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Good luck, Nick. Boss battle. Let's go. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha, you see? Yes, however, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. I mean... the break in the shaft wouldn't sue anything. That photo does nothing. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30. Pierced through the chest by a spear. Could be this thing. Take that! Take that! Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything. I know you well enough by now when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fate blood. Right, here's the real. Take that! Wrong, Mr. Wright. What? Huh. Take that! Oh, okay. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But if someone fixed the spear, it was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Fixed with duct tape? Duct tape is strong as shit. Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. True. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I don't think I can tell them, but I think I have to say I can. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Very well, let's see this murder weapon. The van? No. Take that! Take that! Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at the Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post has pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. Indeed I am. What happened 5 years ago has been recreated. Has happened again. Order! Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago? Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Jack Hammer had been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume. There wasn't enough time. How could she have dealt with the body? She had another way? Probably. The van? She had another way, other than with her own hands. For instance, actually for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Let's hear it then. The van. Take that! Take that! Ms. Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1 and you used the studio van to do it. Why is she surprised that I figured it out? Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. Exactly. He used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course. Has to have been. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. There just happens to be an incinerator there. Very convenient. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. What? You win. It was fun. She just gave up. Oh, what? Everybody's just confused. So what happens next? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. She did. So it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. The best defense is saying nothing. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. But that is only a possibility. She's got a point. She's got a point. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. Right. We don't have the burden beyond a reasonable doubt. Also, we are the defendants. So this is really good for us because all we need to do is show that there's reasonable doubt that Will Powers did it. Right? So we don't actually care about putting Ms. Vasquez away. That's Edgeworth's problem, the prosecutor. We just care about putting enough burden of proof, just enough doubt to dispel of the beyond a reasonable doubt. Make sure that there's a reasonable doubt. So I don't know what we're worried about here. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. That's great, I don't care. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. See you later. Have a good life. I don't care about catching you. I just want to do this. No further questions. No further questions. Why do I need to... I know that the game wants me to do you did it, Vasquez. But I have no further questions. We've done our job. Will Powers goes free. But I know the game wants me to do this. Miss Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? You're right. No further questions. Let me go with my instinct. I was hoping I'd come up with a question while pounding on my desk. I didn't. You have my sympathies. What? How did we fail? Ridiculous. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting. I didn't. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Okay. Why did Edgeworth... He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Yeah, he'll get a guilty verdict in this person, Ms. Vasquez. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues. We're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Thanks for the pep talk. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. What time? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Maybe I should have backed up. Were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says, did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? Yeah. I think we back off. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Drama. Silence. Hey Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Security lady. Okay, he did it. Old bag. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to also have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all of this after the fact. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. Yep. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Now, why? You asked to be left out? It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. Well, but you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. It's a little suspicious. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered it up. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. But how would you know? Who could think of rehearsing after that? Why are you just letting that go? Edgeworth is catching her in the lie. I haven't objected to the witness's last statement. Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. That was the easiest thing to figure out. Mr. Edgeworth. What have you just said? It's reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of a court is this? Now here I agree with her completely. This is fucking ridiculous. No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know that? You said you weren't there in the morning. How did I know? Sal. He told me. Yeah, sure. Everything we've done till now would have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. When we found the body, the assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do the action scene, so I left them behind. There has to be something to present here. What? I don't see. Tell me more. Sal told me. Huh. So Sal told her that he injured himself. Then why would you go there? With Sal and Oldbag when we found the body. I thought you went with Sal. Maybe it's true. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. It's gotta be something to do with Monkey Head here. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Okay, maybe I do try the van here. Let's see. Nope. I cannot lose right now because I am so far into this case. This is the last. Okay. Sal and Oldbag. What time was that? Meet at 5, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? 4:50. Press harder. Where were the other employees? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put the hand in. Right. Yeah. Okay, it does nothing. Only Powers was absent. So he says, did no one go to call him? Remember? There was a dead body lying in front. Expect me to be so calm. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus. When shooting at location, no one noticed he was missing. That's ridiculous. Immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? Completely silent. Sorry I'm late. Silence, dead silence. Silence. Someone should do something to lighten things up. Okay. Security lady was quite agitated, point anything. Yeah. He did it. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? said because she saw him going towards the studio. And then detective lady note the photo as well. Of course, I heard all that after the fact. She's not known for exhibiting the best judgment. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. This is ridiculous. Yes, it seems like everyone else was questioned. I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide. Covered it up for you. Yep. Can't press harder. Okay, let's press here. Script and direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. No, I guess not. Wait a second, I thought you came to Studio 1 for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Rehearse anything. Why? It was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? So we already did this song and dance. We already did this. So we already know the point of it. Okay, let's go back. Go. A perfectly good reason. Alright, let's see. How'd you know that he was injured? Sal told me. Sal told you what? Oh boy, I don't know. I tried showing the van at the point of pierced through the chest by a spear. It's dragging one leg. Sal was there in the morning, left, but he could have told her. Did we get the right thing from Sal? The murder weapon, a break in the shaft, has been mended with duct tape. Blocked the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4. Contains photos of every victory scene in every battle. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. A new digital camera. Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. An accident. Bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Huh. Van. Sal told her there's nothing to dispute the Sal told me. Right? I don't know. I don't know. I cannot figure this out. System was there too, only Powers was absent. What? I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. Saying he did it has to be left out of the proceedings. Like, what the heck? This one's got me confused. With sound old bikes, clearly, I don't know, maybe I just present the photo? Has to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction, quotes, notes. Here they have is injured. Let's just say Sal told her.
Objection!
I don't know. It's ridiculous that that's correct. I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yeah, I'd like to know too. Mr. Hammond is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Yeah, but Sal was there. Now, why did you think that it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Because Sal told her. Yeah, that's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Oh. Wait. Was I reading it wrong the whole time? Ms. Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping. You didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. This is all so far-fetched. And when he was doing this, well, it would have to have been after he put on the steel costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. So I just messed up the names. That's why it took me so long. Well, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Humph. Very well, I have a question for you. Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Not always. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Could be an accident. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she has a motive? Of course I can. Of course. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. It's probably just this.
Take that!
This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in his murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated that Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made it work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you only have talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never got rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder. I don't know. Maybe she thought it was Will Powers?
Take that!
Completely lost his marbles. Come on! She had no motive. It was an accident. It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? I don't know why Vasquez is so hell-bent on defending. Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the secretary lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Hey, how you gonna smoke? Wow. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please don't die. Please. Alright. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found, so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Yeah. It took some time. And some struggle on my part. Holy. That was the dumbest thing I've ever... I didn't like that. And the ending was fine. It was I had to present the photo, and I just missed the switch up of the names. I forgot. That is all. This court is adjourned. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Yes, of course. I'm not sure what I wanted to go down that road. Congratulations, WP. Oh, heh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... It's over. It's over, Will. No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Oh? Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? Nope. I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Right. I must say, I hadn't suspected to meet you again after all these years. What? Do we know each other? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Unease and uncertainty. They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. Damn, that is what I came here to tell you. What the fuck? I'm a lawyer. What am I supposed to do? Just not defend people? Was that guy your friend? The rivals. For now we are, I guess. Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? He just doesn't want to say. Caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. The Pink Princess. You're gonna watch it with me, right? Pink Princess. To buy the trading cards too, okay? Alright, I will. We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Crazy. Mean. The end. Nice. This is episode 3. I liked the second episode much better than I like the second episode much better than that episode. But yeah. There we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hi Lucy, how's it going? I can see your messages. I was just finishing up the story. All right, let's save our progress and yeah, I got one thing, Uli. Well, I always had this. I always had these because I packed them in the pre-release. And then I got 2 dabble jambes from a London guy. And then I got one in the mail today. My fave gaming character of all time? Let me see. Probably Sarah Kerrigan from StarCraft 2. Because I played Zerg in StarCraft 2. And that story was awesome. Or Jim Raynor. He's pretty awesome too. I will come over when I get it all. I also got... One sec. Mario. That's pretty basic. Hello Kitty, obviously the best. I don't know about that. I also got a Tony Chopper. This is what I got earlier, so just waiting on the rest. The big one hasn't come in yet. I don't stream daily, but I have a schedule on my YouTube. You can go check it out. It's down below. Also, the schedule is on Twitch too. Actually, I haven't changed it yet. So now I'm streaming Mondays instead of Thursdays, but it's like 4 times a week. And not for very long. Hello Kitty cannot be the best. Yeah, I'm basically done with this one. I don't really want to start a new episode. I might just cut together all of these ones. So, come to the next one. I'll be playing Hearthstone tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm from Canada. So, yeah, come hang out tomorrow if you want. But for today, we're done. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.